That's right. It's me. It's Harry.
I don't know who the fuck I am. Richard, maybe. We'll go with that.
Good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Dead Decks.
Dead Decks. Yeah, buddy. All right, buddy. Yeah.
I can do 2 minutes of anything.
Can you?
No.
You couldn't muster much enthusiasm for that one.
They aren't, so why should I?
Yeah, you fuckers. What's wrong with you all?
We're still on our quest for 100 million views.
Mm-hmm.
We thought we'd get there with Star Wars.
We're most of the way there.
Yeah, I think we're at 104, so we only need, what, 99,999,816? Look at that math, motherfucker.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. If we were hanging around for 100 million years, we might get 100 million views.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. But we're not talking about Star Wars today. What are we talking about?
Talking about a fucking magazine.
A magazine? It is a magazine. It's another old floppy old magazine. I'm going to tie stick to this one too. Shit.
We're going to jam that fucker in there.
All right. Well, we got some backlight now. We can actually show things on camera.
Ventura. You know, like Jesse the Body.
Or Robin, if you're a baseball fan.
Fuck Robin.
He got his ass beat by Nolan Ryan. I bet you remember that one.
I remember him getting punched in the face a few times.
He got fucking drilled by Nolan Ryan.
And a pitcher who needs to be taking care of their hands, you should be ashamed to get your ass kicked by him.
Nolan Ryan fucked him up.
But he's a good old Texas farm boy, though. He didn't give a fuck.
No, he didn't. There's a wrong fight to pick on that one. Anybody else in the league, he might have had a chance. Against Nolan Ryan, shit.
No.
Anyway, back on some kind of a topic and track and whatever else. This is Ventura Magazine, the Ultimate Collectible Card Games magazine.
Ultimate lasted for 5 issues.
Yeah. This is the direct market version versus
Indirect
market version. This is from this is from January, February 1996. So the glut was in. It's about dead by that point.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pick out a few things that we thought were interesting. We're not gonna read you the magazine. We're not gonna. If I was gonna read the magazine, it'd be like this, and then I guess it'd be. We've talked about doing an ASMR channel. That'd be a good one to start at. So the first thing I saw that was interesting is Dixie. They had an ad in here, and they had a couple of expansions that they had mentioned called Antietam,
Antietam, I think.
Antietam,
close enough.
Good enough. Gettysburg and Chickamauga.
I think the only one of those 3 butchered words that came out was Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
I think the other 2.
Those 2 were perfect.
Yeah.
I screwed up Gettysburg.
Chickamauga.
What'd you call me? Next up is there's something in our background. There's an ad for Run's World. Run's World.
We cannot say that fucking word.
Run's World. We're way too hobby-dobby for that. Try and get the glare off of it a little bit. It's kind of a dark picture.
Run's World. It's not too glare. There we go.
Not to be confused with Wayne's World.
Yeah.
A little different.
Car. Game on.
Yeah. It was one. It's one of those now that is extremely rare. We happened. That wasn't me. We happened across a few starter decks back a few months ago, but they're really, really, really hard to find. Yep. I don't know if they made very much of that. And
no.
it's you can play it solo. It's one of those solo played card games.
Yeah, basically an RPG.
Yeah,
it's the one that the Scribe Bible said. Just don't bother chasing this down.
Yeah, it was made by the War People, wasn't it? Echelons of Fire and all that.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
I didn't know that.
Medallion Games, yeah. I'm pretty sure they made a war game. I think it was the Echelons and Fury.
Hey, limited edition.
Hey, buddy. So I got a lot to get through, so we got to get going. We're 4 minutes in, and everybody's gone, so I could say whatever I want to now. Yeah. There's an article in here about, it's called Trek War, where Decipher and Paramount were going toe to toe over the licensing about Star Trek. Skybox had, Fleer Skybox had the license to the original series, and Paramount wanted to do a game for TNG, but they couldn't do the old one, so with Skybox Fleer, blah, blah, blah. So Decipher got in the mix, and there was a lot of slanging about all this. We forgot to mention that we've already done this video once, and we lost the audio, and we were much more up to date and refreshed on what we were doing because it was like 3 weeks ago. But anyway, I read the article and I don't remember anything about it. What I do remember is there was, I know the Decipher people were talking a lot of shit about Paramount, and what I read, I remember reading, it got pretty heated, and they talked a lot of shit about each other before the game ever came out. Of course, it did come out. Everybody knows that.
I can't believe it got like that before it even made it to print, and then it was that public. I didn't know that before.
Yeah, I didn't either. We've covered in the past that there was a lot of issues with Decipher, and eventually ended up causing their bankruptcy. Embezzling and other kinds of stuff, because they were the second king. I don't know, it wouldn't have been king, but they were fighting against Magic to be top dog for a while.
Yeah,
which is the coast.
Some of this bitch fest might have been why they later made Wars. Like, well, fuck you, we're gonna drop the star. And...
Yeah, we'll keep calling it Wars.
Wait, is it Star Trek? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Same shit.
Yeah, they decided they didn't give a shit, so we'll just rip off everybody. Next thing I had mentioned here was there was a Mortal Kombat contest back before actually I think the game was already out, but they were talking about give us ideas for existing properties and making a game off of it. And they mentioned Scooby-Doo as an example in here, in which they later did make a game out of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. A
few years later. Next up, there was a Homelands tournament. And the guy who won, he says, let's see here, still is a guy who gladly boasts he doesn't play Magic, but does play a lot of other card games like Down Moody, yeah, which is a shedding game.
Yeah, well, I don't know what shedding is, but it sounds like some kind of basically a high card based bullshit.
It was made by Wizard of the Coast.
It's made by WotC.
Yeah. So anyway, and he says, my final opinion of Homelands, in spite of the wet socks, that may have been a reference to the article that I didn't read. I had a very good time, which that tells me he doesn't know what he's talking about. Homelands was fucking awful. I even remember being back when we were playing Magic when that was still in stores to be bought in packs. Yeah. I remember thinking, because we came up with Ice Age and 4th edition, and those sets were terrible by revised and earlier comparisons. But Homelands was just, I hated Homelands.
I made some awful decks out of that shit. I remember that.
I did like Autumn Willow, maybe not for
not for playability.
For not playability purposes. Next thing I mentioned that I said in the last video that I don't really remember much about, but I did put it on the sheet, so I'm going to say it. Hyborian Gates did something. Oh, they talked about having tournaments. Yeah, they couldn't even write concise rules, but they were having tournaments. And their email address was at AOL.com.
Nice.
I think everybody was back then.
Yeah.
But they did have a website, infinity.ccsi.com. But their email was at AOL. I don't understand that. Whatever. There's another Star Trek thing in here that I've already passed up. I don't know what's going on. Oh, yeah. Alexander Siddig, who played Dr. Bashir on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, provides character voices on the companion game's audio cassette Primary Tactics.
Yep. Yeah. That's my second reminder since we're reshooting this to buy that before it disappears, because they're currently on eBay for $15.
And that was for Galactic Empires, not Star Trek.
Yeah.
There was the guy that, was in Star Trek for Galactic Empires. I'm just looking at this now. There's a screenshot of a software by Micropose for Magic the Gathering where you could play games. I kind of show it to you a little bit. You can kind of see it there. But at the top it says Angel Fire, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm not sure if that was in reference to the Angel Fire sites that came along later, or...
I assume so, but who the fuck knows?
I don't know. Anyway.
What do I know?
What do you know? Upcoming games, there was an interesting one called Portal Productions. It's a CCG with elements of chess and fantasy role-playing.
Portal? I think I just saw that posted on the Dead CCG Facebook group.
Really?
Yeah, I think somebody else brought that game up. It never actually made it to production. Yeah,
it said this series was going to have it's going to have 350 cards, including 11 chase cards.
And I never had shit.
Yeah. Well, you got to try something, I guess. I was also mentioned there was a gridiron expansion in the football game, and they were just going to basically replace rares with new rares. That was going to be how they were going to handle reprints. So you would reprint commons and uncommons, and then you'd have new rares. So they didn't get very far, so it didn't really matter. They only came up with that one set, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Retail and hobby.
Yep.
And they had different rares than those, didn't they? Or
yeah.
What else we got? Page 15, it says. Okay.
Oh, we're so well prepared.
I don't know. I don't see what it was referencing. Well, I know kind of what it was talking about. Tempest of the Gods was supposed to have a silver edition. They were going to drop some of the previous rares from the gold set. As far as we know, there was never a differentiation between gold and silver. They just made one set, and that was it. And the game was over with, and almost knocked shit over, but it didn't. This is going very well.
I think it's fantastic so far. I'm going to watch this one twice.
I'm glad all you 3 guys are still with us. I mean, and gals. I don't mean to discriminate. Discriminate?
I love how you always reference the gals who aren't fucking there.
Oh, I can hope, can I? What the hell that says? Gate Lord. Oh my.
Gate Lord, oh my.
It has a page. Oh, okay. Here it is. Cards Distribution, which put out Hyborian Gates. They were going to have a expansion for Hyborian Gates called Gate Lord. I'll get there. It's going to include new artwork. Never happened. And this is all in the upcoming section, by the way. So this was all stuff that was supposed to happen. And by these dates that they say, very, very soon after this magazine was published. They were all fucking lying to him. To everybody at the time. They were lying to everybody.
I want to show the heights of professionalism we actually have reached in this video. I was literally over here shopping while he was talking. So I'm now the soon-to-be the proud owner of Galactic Empire's Primary Tactics.
With...
what's his fucking name from Star Trek?
Alexander Siddick.
Yeah, with him. Syndic.
Simulation
Dick. My high school nickname.
Yeah.
Syndic. Yeah, so that's what I was doing while he was fucking talking. Now we can publish
I'm way out of the shot now. I'm looking at my damn sheet here because I can't read Richard's writing here. Pentacle, it says. Oh, I'll look that up.
Oh, fuck, we have no clue what we're doing.
No, we really don't.
Something about a pentacle.
Yeah. I can't find it offhand. If we were better prepared.
I think they made a game that's like tarot cards.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering the right shit.
Yes. I think it was made, but it ended up being a fixed game.
Yeah, it's a fixed game, and it's like a tarot
Wizards do
deck.
battle, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that is the game. Pentacle? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and there's a page number here that I can't read. Maybe Richard can read it, and we'll get better at this.
This? Oh, that. That? It looks like fucking shit. I don't know, 19? I'm not sure what that is.
Hell. Oh, this is great.
Such a good job.
We're professionals.
I think I'm going to shop some more.
Through. There was a Monster Magic 2 planned, and the only reason I even mentioned that is because Monster Magic was one of the games that John Jackson Miller said in the Scribe Bible that was one of the hardest, if not the hardest game to find. And they weren't even sure it existed for a long time. Remember that was Terry said he didn't know if it existed, but Monster Magic was very rare. Yeah. And nowadays trying to search for that with 2 generic names or 2 generic words in the game name.
Yeah.
It's practically impossible to search for. There's too much crap out there nowadays. There's a review of Homelands and Vampire, the Eternal Struggle. Homelands was trash. I think there's one card now on that set worth more than $10. And it's one that brings Minotaurs in from your hand at no cost. We just tap it and bring it in or something.
I did find Pinnacle a little too late. You were right.
Yeah.
It's Noble Knights has got it for sale since I'm showing my glary ass phone. It was made as a fixed game. And a really ugly one at that, so.
Page 16.
I don't know why we want to talk about
what the hell is going on here. It says there was a Monster Magic picture? Oh.
A picture?
A picture. Well, now you gotta go try to find this.
fucking a whole bunch of pages behind where you currently were.
Apparently.
Yeah, well, we'd love to go back and forth and fuck around with that. It's
Oh,
monster
yeah.
magic. It's not something you see very often.
No, I've never seen a picture. And it actually looks pretty good. I don't know if I can get the focus well enough.
Pretty cool and dark looking, yeah. I remember reading in Scry that basically the mechanics sucked ass. And
I could take a picture of that and put it on something, but I'm not gonna. So
nah, let's look at
get
that.
with it.
Good enough.
Let's see. There was gonna be a Heresy expansion. Looks like. Of course, we know that never came out either. So what you should gather from this magazine is they just fucking lie. These car companies just send in bullshit to this magazine and said print it.
Well, in the middle of a money grabbing glut, you make content by saying, "What's your plans?"
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be half bullshit.
Yeah. We're coming out with everything.
We're gonna make 19 expansions. We're gonna be fucking rich.
Yeah. And here it does say Tops at the time had the license to X-Files and they were going to make a CCG. They never ended up making it. Did we decide it was Decipher or did we decide we didn't care?
I think we decided we didn't.
Okay. We know it wasn't Tops, so.
I could look, but I don't even care enough to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I mean, we're 16 minutes in. I ain't nobody fucking watching this. All right. So there's a Ruins World article in there, too. That's it.
Oh, fuck, how'd you do that?
That good enough.
Ah, fuck, you sure enough did. God damn it.